Welcome, welcome, welcome. And happy Father's Day to all of you fathers out there, or soon to be fathers. How is it going? Wait for I ate too many cinnamon rolls. Made some cinnamon rolls for Father's Day. We got some cinnamon rolls. It was quite yummy. So welcome everyone to Detroit Shrimp and Aquatics. Muppets 929, welcome. So I wanted to come on here a little early today so I could get off a little early today. So today is Father's Day. Excuse me. I'm not tired. It's just, like I said, the wifey made big, huge cinnamon rolls, big, hot cinnamon rolls. Well, thank you, Muppet. Patty's Petite Tanks, Chevy Fish, welcome. Elizabeth, Florida Fish Rescue, Lunatic Fringe, up in the Bezatch. How's it going? Yeah, she made a big pan full. She surprised me with it. Yeah. Well, I was down here doing what was I doing? Turning tanks on, and God, I can't remember what else I was doing. Oh, I was doing a quick water change on this 5-gallon over here, and I went upstairs and she had them in the stove or in the oven. Yeah, I had 4 of them. It doesn't make me fat, does it? I just love cinnamon rolls. Yeah, for Father's Day and stuff, I don't really care. I'm not a big presents kind of person. I just rather hang out. I don't know. I don't really like a ton of attention. So, but she got me a Toledo War Champs. I don't know. She got me a shirt. And then she got me a ton of new socks. So you're getting old when you get socks. But can't be that bad, huh? So how is everyone else's day going? I hope it's going good. I figured today would be a slow stream due to it being Father's Day, so I figured I'd come on here, hang out with the peeps that aren't really doing anything today, and then the people that are doing stuff today, they could just catch it on the replay, because not everybody has something to do today just because it's Father's Day. So Muppet says I could use some new socks as a present. I love socks as a present. Chevy Fish says, yeah, she gets. I told her the other day that I needed some. It's not that I need socks. It's just it's kind of like on certain days, on temperature days that have certain temperature and stuff. I like to wear. I don't want to wear longer socks. Cooler days, I want to wear longer socks. Hot days, I want to wear shorter socks. Because I wear boots, so it's just comfy. And who doesn't like new, soft, fluffy, cottony socks? It's the best. Excuse me. Yep, it's them cinnamon rolls are doing a job on me. So I don't know if everyone saw my video that I made last night on the Fluval G3 filter that I picked up at the at my buddy's pet store, Something Fishy. It's doing very, very well. It's so quiet, I had to put my hand on it. Well, I mean, like I said, almost all canister filters are super quiet like that, but it's a very, very nice filter. I have to get some more media for it, but my whole thing was to run it and just make sure it wasn't too overpowering for the gulper cats. Because if it was, then I was going to figure out something else or just put it on the 125. I tell you, I cannot stand this thing on the screen. Why is this on the screen? So let me see if I can get that off. Everybody, sure. Chubbs Aquatics, welcome, welcome. What is going on, Mr. Chubbs? How are you, sir? Hopefully you are doing very good. Yes, yes, yes. Down in the bayou. Boy, you were on late last night, Chubbs. I was watching it last night, trying to fall asleep. And then my buddy from the store called. Gosh, I don't even know what time I got off that stream. It was oh God, what was it? What were they talking about? I know it was all about Vinny. God, that Vinny he makes me laugh my butt off. And the funny thing is, after all that stuff that was going on, nobody got in an argument. Nobody did nothing. I can't get into conversations like that and not. I don't know. It always seems like it gets into an argument. But I was laughing last night. God, what was it? You came on and you were. What did you start? You were talking about shrimp. It was pretty far into it, but like I said, I don't know. It's probably like 20 after 1 or 1:30. Making more shrimp tanks. You're making more shrimp tanks? Because I certainly am not. I'm kind of. It was 3:30, so we always do that every week. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, I watch all of them. Yeah, what is it? What was I going to say? When I was watching it the other day, somebody made a comment on their channel. Oh, I am. And I actually unsubscribed from them. Not like my subscription really made a difference, but somebody said that they were doing a live stream. They only do live streams when they have something to say. That there's so many people out there that are having live streams that are, really aren't saying anything. And I thought to myself, that's kind of, it's kind of messed up because it's good to, just sit around and just talk. It's so much of the time that, you're stuck in your house due to this, or, you got bad times or, anything. It could be raining outside and you're mopey or depressed, and you can put on, a fish room, stream and they could be talking for hours. I don't know how many times I put up, was it Jess Maine's Tails, Fern Fins? I put that on while I'm at work, and I just leave it on one of the sinks in one of the rooms I'm in, and I just install shower doors and stuff, just listening to it. But it's I don't know, just sometimes it's better than listening to the radio. You know, it's the same stuff all day, every day. And it's cool to go on to a stream and just hear people talk about stuff, even if it's not about, fish or anything, that the channel's about. It's just good. Like last night, it was funny to hear Vinny call call out people of what he thought they were, liberals and this and that. It was just so funny. It was cool to hear people's opinions on stuff and other people. What I liked was the Google fight. Everybody was on Google last night trying to prove, which is good, trying to prove their point. And it was pretty sweet. I thought it was super, super cool. Fishymon64, happy Father's Day. I forgot to remind you to feed your brother's cats. Oh, well, he ain't talking about me, because if it had to do with my brother's cats, his cats would starve. Well, thank you, Patty's Petite Cakes. Yeah, Vinny's funny. Vinny is funny. I subscribed to Vinny, quite a long time ago. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's something about him having, small amount of subscribers at the time. And I don't know. Then, I felt like I fit in on his channel. Then, of course, he keeps arowanas, which are one of my favorite fish. And, so I don't know. It's just some funny stuff that he says and everything. So I like Vinny. He cracks me up. And what was he saying last night about someone buying him some teeth or something? That was funny. It was very funny. Yeah, it was a good one. And then they, try to jump in and change the topic. Yeah, that's about useless. I mean, there's no sense of trying to change it. It's kind of funny. If no one's screaming and yelling, calling names, I mean, that's the comical part of it, having a fish show talk about, the government and stuff. That's, what's real, what's not, who owns a news channel, who doesn't. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get into big discussions like that. Well, I never have that many people on a chat to have big discussions like that. But I was a Trump fan. When I voted for Trump, it was just to get him to, because I just wanted something different. I was open for anything different. And I thought, Reagan was an actor and he became president. So I was like, well, this guy's a billionaire or a millionaire. I mean, how bad could he really be? I of course I didn't vote again, but luckily he got in, and I don't know, just things that meant stuff to me, like cheap gas. The stock market was going through the roof. Everything became real positive. I was like, wow, this is the best in the world. I've never seen this in all of my years. And, now he's out, and Now the gas is $3.30 a gallon again. Stocks are still doing good, stock market and stuff, but it's so last night was pretty funny. I did quite enjoy it. Yeah, I try to stay out of it, but that's what I'm saying. If they knew way, like I said, I don't know much about the government stuff. I tried to stay out of it, but they knew so much of it last night. It was funny. I wouldn't even have lasted 2 seconds getting up in there. I would have just been saying some dumb stuff that had no meaning. So it was pretty funny. Yeah, he knows a lot about a lot. Terry's tropical tanks. There's Terry. He said, "No, it ain't." See, I don't know. Did Terry end up in there last night? I can't remember. Fishy, he was saving the last one for me. But yeah, it was pretty darn cool. And see, I've been having that problem lately, because for what, a year and a half I was unemployed, because I was injured. Now I'm doing my side work. I'm still not technically back to work, but I'm hired doing shower doors, for this company. They just pulled me in to do work for them, and so it's making it really hard to get in all these night streams, because before I was like, oh, this is great. I love this life of not having to work and, chilling and, but then, I started freaking out, wondering, if I was going to get better and be able to go back to work, or, if I was going to be injured forever. And thank God that, he's deemed it, fit for me to become healed and send me back and, make it so I could, take care of my family and stuff. But, yeah, it's just hard. It kind of sucks. I sit here and go, man, I can't watch my shows anymore at night. And it's not like I could DVR. I mean, I can watch replays and stuff, but a replay, I mean, it's just not like the same, because you can't comment and you can't, put in a comment and get a response, so that's the only crappy part. Lunatic friends, what's happening? Chewy, how is everyone doing? Oh, John, what's going on, buddy? Down there in Florida. Happy Father's Day to everyone. When Trump was in, I was working my tail off, and Democrats got in, and I can't get work to save my life. Yeah, hey, what's that? I'm wondering at Straight Shrimp and Quacks, can I get your logo with the car on the t-shirt for educational purposes? Could I get your logo with the car on the t-shirt for educational purposes? What do you mean? You want a picture of it? Or you want something emailed to you? So I got it on an email. I mean, it's not going to hurt anything, I don't think. Because Leah Jet drew it, so I don't think she'd have a problem. But, not being on a shirt, I don't know. I'll have to ask her, but. What was that? Yeah. Well, that's when, like when I met you, Chubbs, you were working so much. I think you had a couple days off here and there, and but you were always on your boat. Yeah, Trump gets out, and look, I'm not saying nothing that, Because a lot of people don't like him, and that's fine. I don't know much about Trump, even though he was president. I don't really pay attention. I never paid attention to the guy before he got in office. So, um, if he did, stuff in his past or something, I don't, it is what it is. I'm just saying when he got in office, he changed some things around. It made it nice to want to go to the gas station and fill up, and it cost you like $14. Yeah, not anymore. You shoot. I don't even know what's it cost. Like $40 to fill my car up now. It would be 318. Almost about $47 to fill my tank up now in my car. So I have a 16-gallon tank in my Magnum. It's crazy. Yes, I need a logo for educating people about Louisiana with Chubbs. Would like for to have you get a little educational promotion. I see. Okay, yeah, I don't. I'll have to like email it or something. Hey, Cromwood, what's happening? Happy Father's Day. The Dems are shutting down the oil fields. That is 90% of my work. Yeah, it's they shut down the big huge pipeline or the pipeline here. Trump started having them build it, and it gave like 250 people a job. And then when Trump got out, the governor stopped it, and all those people are out of work now. And then they're supposed to run the new pipeline from was it Detroit to Canada, and they stopped that. So, Pumpkin King, what up? Definitely something bad gonna happen in coming 7 years. Yeah. Gas prices also always go up before some. Yeah, but it's not. I mean, they say, oh, more people are traveling, more people are going places, Now, I'm not saying that the gas only went down because of Trump, but, we know it was because of the virus, too. I mean, that's not hard to figure out, but I just wish there were some things that they would, just put a cap on it. I just wish they could put a cap on it. Pumpkin King, what? Happy Father's Day, Pumpkin King. COVID is a scam. Yes, I know many people that say that. And yeah, a lot of people believe that. My brother's one of them. Refineries have to switch to a summer blend. Yes. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it was just Trump that got our gas prices down, more so it was the coronavirus, but still, I don't think it would have been up this high. There's always an excuse why gas has to go up, but why is it different mile to mile? Like a mile north of me, it's 309. A mile south of me, it's, it could be 329, and the highest I saw was where I work in Ann Arbor, Michigan, where the University of Michigan's at. It's $3.39 a gallon. I mean, where is it? Because you're in a college town, gas costs more. Why does it cost more? I don't understand. Gas should be the same price everywhere. If it goes up, it goes up everywhere. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I just don't get it. I don't understand. Never did though. Ever since I was a kid, I never understood it. So on my way to work. You're going into work right now? There are no flu numbers anymore. Yeah. Nobody gets the flu anymore. It's only corona. Yeah, I see that. gas last year at this time was $2.79 a gallon. Yeah. Was it that high? Patrick Hardy, welcome. Happy Father's Day. COVID-19 is fake. Hey, that's what they say. That's what they say. I mean, that's everyone's welcome to their opinion. Everyone's welcome to whatever they think. Because I don't know. I don't see anything, except what people say on TV to say it's right or wrong. So I don't know. I don't have the in on all that information. So I just don't. When it comes to an opinion on that, do I think it's fake? I don't know. I don't know. Some people say it is. Some people say it isn't. But it's ever since that stuff came out, no one's ever gotten the flu anymore. I don't understand. Everyone that gets sick now has the virus, and it's like, well, what happened to the flu? But I don't know. I just don't. I haven't even gotten a shot yet. I'm not saying that. I was just concerned that 1 minute they say, yeah, here, take this shot. And then 2 months down the road, they're going to say, well, that shot wasn't good enough. We have new strains. This is the shot you want to take. So I just figured I'd wait until the smoke all rolled over and the hype all calmed down, and then, then go get it done. But yeah, as of right now, I don't have it. So many people I know don't have it, or they didn't have the shot yet. So yes, it is kind of crazy. What's this, dude? People, I have magnetic spots where they're have magnetic spots where they were injected. Yeah, I've seen it myself, buddy. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. My wife got it done and my mother got it done, and she's 80. So uh, neither one of them. I think my wife might have. I don't think she felt bad at all. I don't know. I just haven't gotten it done. The COVID prevention efforts diminish the flu. It's really not that mysterious. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, I don't mind wearing a mask and wash my hands a lot. You know how long it's been since I've been sick? I have a sinus infection over here, but that's just my sinuses. I get that. I can't get away from all that, but uh, it's mighty nice wearing a mask and not being as sick as I used to be all the time. So very, very cool. I do not mind wearing a mask. That's my thing. It's like, you know, I even at first it didn't bother me, but when I stopped getting sick, I was like, oh wow, this really works. And even working, I thought working would be 10 times. It'd be really horrible wearing a mask. Just on days that I sweat really bad, with it being super humid, it's a little uncomfortable. But other than that, it's not bad. I'm going with it. The store wants it. Unprotected sunlight to mingle. If we are still supposed to wear masks in stores, I feel like half people are. Well, it's here. It's you don't have to wear. It says if you're fully vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask anywhere. Unless you're like in a really crowded area or something, you might want to wear one just for yourself. But other than that, uh, you don't have to wear a mask here anymore. So one more step to control everyone. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I still catch. I went into my buddy's store yesterday to get the filter, and his employee that's been there since day one says, "You don't have to wear your mask." I was like, "Yeah, I know. I just like wearing it. I mean, it's peace of mind, peace of mind." And then I still have my big bottle of hand sanitizer in the car, so I get in, I pop the top. 3 squirts, slide the top back on, and then hit the hands and before I touch my steering wheel and everything. So I open up the door, I sit down, I pop the top, pump it, put the cap back on, do my hands, and I don't touch the sanitizer anymore. I mean, even if I did, I could just rub the soap on it, it would sanitize the cap. But yeah, we sanitize everything. Lube. Even though my wife has a shot, we still use sanitizer. But yeah, I don't mind a mask. I don't mind any of that stuff. Mr. Gromby, what's up? He said people want to know. People don't want to know what the fuck I'm saying behind my mask. Yeah, there you go. What is this? The party of Jim Crow, a.k.a. Democrats, is a joke. Look, love, pushing BS. The new Fed holiday is a lie and a joke. Funny Texas rep. Not even from Texas. She's Jamaican. Better safe than sorry means you miss me. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I just don't. It doesn't bother me. Any new shrimp? No, I do not. Other than the blue, or the Aura Blues, I haven't gotten anything new. Because I mean, I just don't have the room. I would have to. I've been thinking about moving some stuff around, and like I have this tank over here, Black King Kong's shadows. Because I told you the shadow part, if they have white tips on their tails, I take them out of the tank. Well, I have a bunch down there. They're culls, but I'm only taking them out because I'm trying this idea. Because I think if the shrimp have white tips on their tails, then the blue gene isn't as strong in them. So I'm removing them. And so I have that tank. I have to get rid of those shrimp. I have a few tanks, the purple, metallic purples. I need to sell those. Well, it'd be nice to sell them. And, to free up I got a couple tanks I could free up. And it doesn't have to do with money. It's just, it's just availability of room. And the other thing is there's not like, other than getting into real expensive shrimp that, of course, I can't afford. And, it's hard to sell expensive shrimp. I mean, there's only a few people that are, if you're setting stuff, if there's a reason that you would like expensive shrimp, but a lot of people don't just buy expensive shrimp to chuck in a tank and take a chance. So there's got to be a reason, I would think anyways, to, maybe some people will buy real expensive shrimp, but it's kind of scary. So that's why I don't get a lot of expensive shrimp, because I want everyone to be able to enjoy shrimp. So that's why I only have a couple expensive, a handful of shrimp that are on a little more. Because I was asked a long time ago if I wanted to buy a bunch of shrimp. They were all on the more expensive side, and I told them no, not really, because most people that watch my channel have a mortgage to pay, they have bills, and it's hard for me to ask them, say, hey, I got these shrimp, they're $100 a piece, or if I have to pay $100 and they're 150 or what have you. So it's I never went down that route. But like I said, all the shrimp I have is because I like them. And then, I like what most shrimp keepers like. But there's only a couple that I've went out like, like I like Black Rose. Let me see. I like the black Calcio. I got blue Calcio. I got red Calcio. I like all of those. The black Pinto mixes. A lot of people say Tangerine Tigers are kind of getting played out. Well, I like that color. It's it's just a real pretty orange. It's just a lot of stuff that I enjoy. Like I have 3 different blues for Neos. It's just I should say there's not a billion, there's not 1,000 different types of shrimp right now that you can choose from. But I wanted to make like 90%, 95% of my shrimp room affordable. And the funny thing is everything I like, was affordable. So I just put in a couple, put a couple more expensive ones in there for people that want more expensive ones. So it's my choice to wear a mask now. I got LRBs, reds and yellows with black roses from Flip at Aquacella. Oh, nice. Nice. You got to go to Aquacella. That's cool. Yeah, see, a lot of people don't. I have people that order Black Rose, but it's I don't know. I guess it has to do with the layout of your tank and the colors that you're using. If it's a really dark tank, then yeah, I could see how black wouldn't really, you wouldn't see them too often. But if it's a brighter tank, if your contrasts in there are brighter, like if you have a dark substrate, like how I have like red rocks, they show up really well on the red rocks. They show up really well on black sand because they're so shiny. And some of them get that bloody red to them, so. But with reds and yellows, yeah, you can't go wrong with that. You cannot go wrong with reds and yellows. Some of my favorites. I think I like fire reds more than I do Bloody Marys, only because of the shell, the look. Because the Bloody Marys, my Bloody Marys turn super dark. I mean, they're starting to get really, really dark, like black dark. But the fire reds, the shells look, kind of looks like armor. And so that's the 2 reasons. Those are the pros of the 2 different shrimp. Because, I mean, the the fire reds will get really dark. They can get some black into them too, but it seems like my my Bloody Marys have it even, more than the other. Is that testing out the aquaponic and really good source of more babies I can feed more. That's great. Nice. Facts. Yeah, so that filter I got works really good. I just set it up last night, so I let it run all night, and I got up today, and it works really, really good. It's really funny. The parts are so high quality. The tubes up top with the little holes, the spray bars. They feel like glass, but they're like a hard plastic or some sort of material. But then the 125 tank, that's a huge success. I just can't stop staring at it all night. With how it turned out, the fish love it. They're all flared out 10 times more. So it kind of, and we were able to, one of the big things is we have it's a brick wall over there that was built when we bought the house. It was here. So we put the tanks on top of that because it's a really wide brick wall. And now we don't have a tank on a stand over there, taking up all that room when we could use it. So now it's all toys and everything over there. So now all the tanks are off the floor out there. So there's nothing in the way. So that worked really, really good. So now that that's done, I have less worry there, and I can work more in here. And I've been noticing that let me put some food in here really quick. Hold on. I forgot how many little babies there are in there. In my Red King Kong tank. Feed them my powders. My special powders. But I've been noticing some of the things I've been noticing a lot is up the Orange Eye Royal Blue Tigers have babies again. Is that the amount of pregnant females? And here's a little trick or a sign. It's not a trick. It's a sign that your shrimps are. That isn't going to fit right there. That your shrimps are. Starting to breed again, at least for me, which I'm sure it's for everyone else, but it's something I never really noticed, or I should say paid attention to, in the beginning, because I really didn't know what to look for, is the amount of shrimp that hang out on your sponge filters. So if you have dual sponge filters like we have, if you look and you see there's quite a few shrimps on your dual sponge filters, there's a good chance that most of them on there are females, and they're probably buried up. Most of all my, there's males on there, but the females like to hang out upside down. Don't ask me why. I don't speak shrimp, but they just flicker the eggs with their pleopods, and they just feed off the sponge. That's why I like to do the powdered food, because it gets sucked onto the sponge, and they really don't have to go walking around on the floor of the tank looking for food and be stressed out by males messing with them and stuff, while they're buried up carrying eggs. So that's what I noticed when they're starting to be on the sponges more. Start paying attention to your females and see if there's females hanging upside down on them, because in my shrimp room, like the blue bolts, they're just covered I mean, you got 10, 12 shrimps on the sponge filters. There's a reason. Um, Feeding the tank, of course, you don't want to overfeed. And yes, you will get shrimp on the sponges to eat the stuff that's in it, or growing on it. But there's a really good chance that you have pregnant females hanging upside down. So, la, 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 la. Never mind. What was this? Face to face, but I love ladies like you, which is rare these days, real and not fake. I accidentally fell asleep watching your new filter video last night. We'll finish watching today, right? Oh, all right. Yeah, I don't know. I like to bring you guys videos of stuff like that. I had the funny thing is in the video I said that I traded something for it. I have two, probably within the past 2 to 3 years, new dehumidifiers. Well, I went to a garage sale, found an old one. I mean, not like from the 70s, but I'd probably say from the 90s and early 2000s. And it was an estate sale, and I got it for $25, $20, something like that. Well, I was like ecstatic that I got it so cheap because it was really big. It was like 100. What do those go by? Quarts. Yeah, because my one right there is a 70. My other one I think is a 35. Pints, maybe 70 pints. But the big one was like 100. So I was like, oh, this is great. But when I plug it in and turn it on, the lights would go, ooh, they dim down. And I was like, ooh, this one is not energy efficient. This is kind of old. Just meaning before, they put really energy efficient stuff in there. So I ran it a few times and that was it. And it just sits. It sits over in the laundry room, and it ended up becoming a table for clean laundry. And I was talking to my buddy at the store, and I said, "Yeah, I got to get rid of this dehumidifier. I don't need it, and it's just in the way." And he said, "Oh, hey, you give me that dehumidifier, I'll give you that Fluval filter that you've been wanting for so long." So I took the dehumidifier up there, and he gave me the filter, and that's how I got it. Because it's like, look, I mean, not for nothing, but I'm no different than anybody. When it comes to finances and stuff, it's kind of like, I mean, I love my shrimp and I love my fish, but would I buy fish and shrimp over feeding my family? No. Would I sell everything I have to pay my bills? Yeah. Would I want to? No. So when it comes to, getting stuff, I try to do it out of profit or trade for it. It's just how it is. But, yeah, so that's how I got it. It's like 200 and, what's that? Oh. It's like $270 new. The big one, the G6, that one's gosh, I don't even know. I think it's like 5. Let me look it up. So yeah, it's another thing my buddy has is the what is it? The FX6 at his store, and he doesn't sell Fluval products, but somebody came in, spent $700 on a tank and a bunch of stuff. He bought a whole bunch of stuff, $700 worth, but he wouldn't buy it if he didn't take the filter as some sort of payment. So, but the box was opened and it's kind of beat up. And so he's got it for sale, but he probably gave him way less than what it goes for. He's sneaking through. The FX, the Fluval G3 at Petco is $268. Why is it Fluval G6? The G6, let me see if I can get a price here. And the G6 is good to 600 liters or 100 and what did it say, 60 gallons, 160 US gallons. And of course, it's not giving me a price. See, just for the cartridges are so expensive. That's why what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to, soup the filter up like you do any other filter. Not buy Fluval's special cartridges, but put my own stuff in there. If it's something that I'm able to do. This says Petco.com. It's $379. G6 Advanced Filtration System. So $380. So, but I'll keep you guys posted on, how it runs, how good it does. So far, the tank looks, buffered more because that little 50 I have on there, because I have the 110s on the 125 and then I have a 50 on that Aqua Clear. And it's catfish, and then I got the feeder fish in there, and I feed frozen tilapia, I thaw it out. So I do water changes every week at least like 20 gallons, 15 gallons, and give them fresh water. But that's because that little filter, it does good, but what's it really doing? So having that box filter on there, that's a little better. I'm more excited over that than not. But I used to have canister filters on my 120 and my 90, the tanks that I bred discus in and stuff. And then when we got rid of the 90, I got rid of those canister filters. And then the 120, it started leaking. The one that was on the 120. So I did a little refunding on that and just got the money back for that. And I've never had one since. I just used my Hob filters, which, I don't know. I like Hob filters for one. Probably the biggest reason is how easy it is to clean and how little to no mess it is, because I can just lift the Hob off the back of the tank, carry it over to the sink, wash it out, and it's lighter. Canister filter, you gotta, not this one, because I can just pull that one piece out and take it over and rinse it out. But a regular canister filter, you gotta unhook it, carry it over, dismantle it, rinse it. It's a little more of a chore. Did I hate it? Is it a big con for me? No, I didn't say, well, I can't stand canister filters because of this. I actually like canister filters a lot, but I don't know. There's just something about having hang-on back filters that I don't know. Maybe because I've had tanks for so long, I'm just used to hang-on back filters. So, but all of my shrimp tanks, I don't have any filters but sponge filters in those. I couldn't imagine having a filter on every single freaking tank. That, oh my gosh, my bill would be skyrocketed. I will never buy Hob filters again. I've converted to sponge. I like Hob filters for ease of maintenance. Yeah, I think the Hobbs are a good option to have. See, that's what I'm saying. It's an option, uh, but it's kind of like a fish store. You ever go to a fish store and you see they'll have like a big, like an 80 or a 110, or they have multiple filters on the outside of tanks. Um, and it's like if fish start getting sick or something in a tank, or if they overpacked it or anything, they hurry up and bring out a dirty hob filter, to start filtering the water in the tanks. And that's a cool thing, too, having a small little a little, like a nano tank hob. You can keep it and just put it on, like, you can put it on, keep it on a tank running, like on a regular tank. And then if you ever want to put it on a shrimp tank, just move it over. Hold on a second. Weird. Something all over the front of this glass. Oh, those are seed shrimp. Oh, wow, look at that. That's cool. That is cool. But, yeah, it's kind of nice having a hob filter always ready to go, because if, something's happening in a tank and you need to, get that extra. But yeah, with the sponge filters, that's all I do anymore, and it makes it affordable. Because it's 32 here, and what is this? 32 over here, 368. Yeah, 32 over here. So that's 64 tanks. 65. Well, that one's not on air. That Fluval, but I got another Fluval 15 out there, but a tank on air. So it's 65. And then those two tanks over there, the two big tanks, run on, they have filters and stuff on them. But, yeah, I don't mind seed shrimp. Hey, Dancy, what's up, brother? I want to go back to box filters. I actually have some box filters, only a couple though. But yeah, box filters are nice. It's really weird, but it's like all the old school stuff. No matter what they bring out, it's like everyone most of the time will revert back to sponge filters, box filters, and hang-on backs. It's just it's kind of like if it's not broke, don't fix it type deal. But it's just that they come out with so many new products anymore these days. They make it kind of addicting to want to go and try it, have a canister filter that can filter, 250 gallons per hour, or, what have you, that make you go, oh, wow, it's, that's pretty darn good. I won't have to have all these boxes hanging on the back, and then have a canister filter is nice, because if you want to get the tank closer to a wall, or anything to where or if you want to make it like a centerpiece, or, how they have, sometimes it comes out from a wall, like an island type deal. You don't want box filter, hobs hanging off the side, so you can kind of come up the back and right out the wall and run your hoses in like that. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, canister filters are really nice. They do what they're supposed to. They work really good. But just in my situation, holy heck, I couldn't imagine having to reach all the way in the back and unhooking, unplugging all the plugs you would need for this. None of this has plugs. I mean, none of the sponge filters. I just have a line going to every single tank and airline. So it makes it super, super easy. So when I want to clean them, all I do is pull the sponges off the filters and squeeze them in a bucket, stick them back on. I don't have to unplug anything, plug anything back in, buy any special filter pads or flosses or, nothing. I mean, you figure if a sponge filter will last you, let's say, I don't know, if you can get, let's just say, 2 years. I sell them for $7. And if $7, if 2 years of having it in, working 24/7, if $7 isn't worth 2 years of filtration, then, I don't know what is, But you get way more in 2 years. But like this tank up here, not that one, yeah. Oh, this one with the shadow, the Black King Kong shadows, they feed on them sponges 24/7, so they look like they got acne at some time. But most of the other tanks, they just cruise around on it. But yeah, if you can get away with that long, I mean, you probably get. I don't even know. I've never had to throw away a dual sponge filter. I've never thrown away a regular sponge filter. So I don't know how many years, 10, 15 years. I mean, forever and a day, and you don't have to change anything in them. You just rinse them out and go. But, I mean, you can't have a huge tank and just run it on sponge filters unless your stuff in there is very, very small. You have to move the water around, and have some sort of mass build up in there, to break stuff down, have all your bacterias and everything, like a 125-gallon tank. Geez, I wouldn't know how many sponge filters you'd have to have just to have the right amount of bacteria in there, so you wouldn't have any crashes. Yeah, I had canister filters with UV. And it kills all the algae and stuff. See, with me, I think that I had it on my discus tank, and they really didn't like it much because it kills all that stuff in there. But you got a regular tank without having sensitive fish, because discus are pretty darn sensitive. So I got to clean these tanks. I'm gonna do it tomorrow and the day after. Yeah, UV will only kill green water with bacteria blooms. Yeah, but I thought it killed algae. So you didn't, it helped with algae buildup and stuff within the water surface. Algae, no effect. Ah, well, I must have been fed the wrong info then. But yeah, for some reason, when I had it on there, they didn't care for it, and I shut it off and just had the hang on backs, and it's like their whole attitude changed. Yeah, you like seed shrimp? Great fish food. Yeah, I have to. Actually, you just gave me a good idea. Oh, yep, there they are. I have rice fish in with my my Bloody Marys because that tank was the tank that had those the hell were the name of those God, I can't even remember the name of those nasty shrimp that were in there. Those ones that grew in there, but um, yeah, I can't remember. Not copepods. It's the other thing. So anyways, I put those rice fish in there thinking they would eat it, and they never ate them. Well, if they did, they never ate them all. So I still have the rice fish. Hopefully, I have all three. I see two. I don't feed it fish food much. I just let them, eat off the bottom of the tank. But the other one's probably hiding. Beck, if you got to take care of something. Oh, nice. Um, only algae suspended in the water. Yeah. That's what I was told. It's the algae that's it's suspended in water. Yeah. This tank behind me turned green right after I set it up, and the shrimp went bonkers in it. Yeah, scuds. There you go, scuds. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a big water change on that because it's just not as vibrant as it used to be. Ever since I changed it over, the shrimp are all in there, but it's probably might be because of how many I culled out of there. So I'm not too certain, but it's not as uppity and happy as it once was. But yeah, with all the tanks, I now went to because I was starting to become concerned about like the Neo tanks and really all the tanks to a point where you know the tanks are becoming so clean. It's I wanted to make sure that they were getting enough food and stuff. That the tanks are building, growing enough food for them, and I'm trying to steer away from things that rot in the tank, like Indian almond leaves, uh, small cholla wood, um, anything that breaks down. Um, because here's, it's I get ideas all the time and think of stuff all the time that makes me want to change what I'm doing. And um, you can they say, well, in the wild, you can have, in these streams that the shrimp are found in, um, I've seen videos of it and stuff, the bottoms of them have, a bunch of, decaying debris, rotting debris, wood, leaves, bark, what have you. Um, and so it's like, yeah, get all this stuff for your tank. They like it. Well, the one thing that I've been looking at is a lot of it. It's like when algae grows, it grows on the wood, the leaves really bad. Um, uh, and I'm just wondering if the decay of these products that we're sticking in our tanks are some of the reasons why uh, shrimp could suffer. So because I'm sitting here going, well, all right, well, if I have a bunch of rotted leaves in my tank and wood that's rotting, and I don't want to do water changes every week, is it beneficial to have all this rotting matter um, in the tanks? And for right now, I'm saying no, it's not beneficial. Reason being is if think about what is a shrimp's you know where does it live? Okay, they live in streams. Okay, well, you can only guess at what's on the bottom of the stream. Okay. But in my situation, I don't have a water change system. So my shrimp sit in this water always. I'm trying to stay away from ever doing water changes, once in a blue moon, but just topping it off. So that's one reason I've taken it out. I've taken out any plants or mosses or anything that promotes that, like, builds algae quickly, because I've noticed out of all the different mosses I have and stuff, certain things start to grow algae on them. So I remove all that, because it starts to get large amounts of hair algae. Tanks that start to grow large amounts of hair algae, I've noticed that they have cholla wood in them, broke down almond leaves, all sorts of stuff. So I go in there and pull it all out. And now what I'm doing is, even though I was cleaning the tanks, cleaning the algae out of the tanks, in the tanks that had all this stuff, it was coming back pretty quick. So what I did now, instead, to try to build up more bacterias and stuff, biofilms, is I filled all the tanks with a big, huge mound going all the way across the tank of lava rock, because it's severely porous. And I talked to some people even about with the sand substrate, because I've had sand substrate tanks before with shrimp and they did nothing. Horrible. Then when I took them out, I put them on a gravel substrate, it changed. So I have all of my Neos on sand. I switched them all to sand because the gravel was losing the color on it. The black paint was coming off, or whatever they dye it with. And so I changed it all to sand because I can see them better. Well, it doesn't seem like there's breeding, but then you don't see as many babies. And so I started thinking about it. I'm like, I don't think that they're getting the amount of food that they should get. Even though I feed the tanks, you don't want to overfeed the tanks, but the minute the babies come out, they got to have food. So I talked to my buddy at Blue Crown Aquatics, Robbie, and I had a conversation with him about it. And I said, hey, is sand bad? And he said, no, sand's not bad, but sand, with all, with the particles being so small, it's not a large enough area to build beneficial bacteria for the shrimp to eat, because the sand grains are so small. He said that's why Neos do so much better on gravel, because all the gravel gets covered with all these beneficial bacteria that they eat, and they, the food that they trap, everything that goes through it and everything. And you don't get that anywhere near with sand. So then I was like, oh, man, I don't want to vacuum all this sand out. And I was like, well, what if I cap the sand with gravel? And I was like, man, a bag of gravels, $20-some. I don't want to have to go. What can I do? So I thought, well, my Sulawesi tank is full of lava rock, and they eat on it all day, every day. All the babies live. I mean, they have babies over and over, because the adults know that there's food for the shrimp, for their babies to live. So if the Sulawesi will continue to have babies because they know there's enough food to sustain their offspring, then maybe if I start doing it in all my other shrimp tanks, then once it starts to build up on it, which they're already on it, feeding off of it, the females will start to realize that, okay, now there's enough food for, more babies and they'll live. So I put, like I said, I bought 2 bags. Each bag was 1 cubic foot. So it's 12 by 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 12. There's a cubic foot of red lava rock was $9, I think. 2 bags, was 19 something. So 2 bags did every single tank in here, every tank, except 1, because I missed it. But every tank, it put gravel or stone in every tank, and all the shrimp are doing really good. The red fish bones are pregnant. The blue bolts are pregnant. The orange-eyed blue tigers just had babies. It's just so far everything looks really good. Now I'm just paying attention to my Neo tanks to see, like, because that's another thing. When I feed my powder food, like this powder food has Bacter AE in it, right? So every day, if I feed this powder food every day, let's say, I don't know, with this little spoon that's in here that I got from Mark Shrimp Tanks. Let's show it to you. If I feed this every day, then within this little baby spoon, it's that little spoon, they get some amount of Bacter AE every single day. So, I want to see how positive the outcome is with the powdered foods, that can go in there and they can sit and, because it's mulberry leaf powder, if it could sit there and start to grow, positive bacterias within the lava rock that the shrimplets can feed off of. And it's not my Caridina that I see the issues with. It's just the Neos. But that's why I figure, well, if I put it in the Caridinas, it'll give them more surface area to eat off of. Plus, it made the tanks look way better because, they all have brown substrate and green moss. And it's like, I got it, it's just boring half the time to look in there. So when I put the red lava rock in there, it changed the whole persona of the tank. I mean, they just look really, really nice now. But that's what I'm looking for, is to see if the babies live, if more offspring live, because there's more area for the offspring to feed off of. Because my tanks aren't full of plants. So the offspring's not going to go, and they can't, hook on the plants and eat off of that. They can't feed off all that stuff. My tanks don't have a lot in them because, I breed shrimp and I sell them. So I got to be able to get in there and scoop them out. I don't want to be shoving, plants and pulling plants out. I mean, it disrupts the whole tank. I used to do that, and I realized that was a terrible idea. So, but what I didn't realize this time is putting the sand in there, it's not giving them enough feeding area, because the granules are so small. They're just picking granule to granule, and there's really no place for a lot of bacteria to grow that they can eat off of. So that's why I tried the lava rock, and we'll see. Because most tanks are on it, sometime during the day, but I can't expect them to be on it all day, every day, when I just put it in, last week. So, you have to give it time to start to grow, stuff on it, and those pores to start filling up so they can get in there and start eating and benefit from it. But the Caridina tanks don't have that much of an issue because of the substrate that's on it, because they're granules, not granules, but, balls, larger chunks of substrate And but how much actually grows in that too, because it's not smooth like gravel. It's not hard like gravel. So do they have as much uh, ability to feed just with off, like, let's say, fluval stratum? So I, again, put it in the Caridina tanks to try with that also. So we'll be able to check what the progress is. But yeah, as of now, almost every tank I took out wood. I took out the cholla wood because it's all deteriorates and just rots. So all that rot is in your substrate, your water, and everything. Oh, and what I wanted to say is, so all day the stuff's rotting and there's no fresh water. In a stream, the water's running all day long, constantly all day long. So there's never like any as the leaves are breaking down and as everything's breaking down, the water's carrying away all that negativity that grows from all the stuff breaking down. But in these tanks, I don't have any water that goes away. So that's when I started thinking about, is it really good to have all this stuff rotting away in the tanks when nothing's taking it away? The only thing that could take it away is a water change. And I want to get away from water changes because then it makes it even cheaper to keep shrimp. So the only way that I figured that I could do that even more is get rid of all this stuff. And I'd pick it up literally and just crush in my hands. And I'm like, why do I have all this stuff? Why am I putting all this stuff in my tank? Because someone says it's good. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Leaves fall in water all day, every day. But, if water just sits in one spot, it becomes stagnant. And when it becomes stagnant, it becomes unhealthy. Well, yeah, we have the filters to filter the water. But still, if you have a ton of rotting stuff, at least in mine, because I don't have anything to change water and I don't have plants. So in my situation, I don't think it was that good to have all that rotting matter in my tanks. So, but yeah, if I had plants, that would be different. Like I said, all I have in it is boost in a lot of tanks, but I used to have plants, but when I'd have to scurry to get shrimp, I'd get so upset I'd just start pulling all the plants out, put them to the side, and the next thing you know, I couldn't even see anything in the tank. So that's when I decided to get rid of plants. But in my situation with no plants, for the fish to feed off of and to help clean the water, that's why I got rid of everything that rots in the water, because I don't have anything to help clean it. So if you have a setup like mine, that's what I'm doing this test on, of taking everything out and adding the lava rock to create more area to feed off of, if that's more positive than packing a tank full of plants, in my situation being a breeder. Because like I said, I need a breeder. I don't have these tanks here so we can look at them and go, wow, that looks pretty. I mean, I want them all to look super cool, but I want the shrimp to breed. But I got to be able to provide and give them suitable surroundings for them to feel safe, and to know that if they do get pregnant, that their babies won't die. And of course, we all know from watching LRB forever that rock piles are nice. It gives them a place to hide. But with the lava rock, I went lava rock because I've done the rock piles through LRB's ideas, and they worked really good, but they held a lot of garbage, detritus and stuff. So I went with larger rock this time because he's spoken before about using larger stone. That's never, you could watch a guy like that, his video, and go, wow, that was a lot of information, but not catch everything somebody says and why they say it. So I went with the lava rock this time, good size, because there's so many huge gaps. And so water will hopefully be able to flow through there better than our super tight knit stone pile that just holds a bunch of detritus and stuff. So we'll see, but I hope that it works out really good. If not, I just got a lot of super cool looking tanks with lava stone in them, right? What do we got? The reason things in our tanks don't work, like Mother Nature's, our tanks are tiny boxes, and Mother Nature has a vast volume of constantly renewed water and huge area. See, that's what I was saying. I never even read your statement, Chevy Fish, but that's what I'm saying. This water in these tanks it's not taken away. So if I have all that rotting stuff in there, they're counting on me to change this water once a week. And if I don't get to it or something, then it could become negative because I don't have plants in there to help clean the water properly for the shrimp. So even having moss isn't the same. I mean, it helps, but it isn't the same as having plants. And that's why I decided to remove everything that can rot and die to see if it helps in situations like this. Because you see people with plant tanks, holy heck, you have everything in that tank and anything will grow because it's just so healthy with all the plants and stuff. But in situations like mine, the way I need to have it so I can move quick, so I can grab quick, so I can fill orders quick. I mean, if somebody wants 100 Blue Dreams, you know how long that's going to take if I got to pick them off with my net, getting them off plant leaves and stuff. I'll be there for freaking an hour. I can't be picking shrimp out for an hour. That's a no bueno, you know. That takes up too much time. So, again, this is another test to let everyone know, hey, if this is something you want to do, like I do, run a tank with no rotting matter and no plants, just moss, because you like the look of it, then this is what works or what doesn't work. So this is, you know, I'm just doing another test. You know, it's like, because if I don't do tests for you guys, it's like this is a constant waste of time because I'm not bringing you guys any needful information. You know, so not only do I want you guys to hang out, we can sit here and talk and kick it, but I want you guys to be able to go, wow, you know, he actually gave us something that we can use, you know, so that's what I strive for. And that's what I kind of promise everybody that I'm going to do. So Mr. Grabby says, I overplant my tanks. And that seems to be the trick to make shrimp happy. That's a guarantee. That's a guarantee. Shrimp love. Before I became a shrimp breeder, my tanks, they weren't overplanted, but they were planted. And gosh, when I started out with cherry shrimp, I don't even know how many cherry shrimp that would grow. I used to put the full scooper of Bacter AE in the tank, and they said, oh, just use the size of a piece of rice. I dumped that whole thing in there like every 3 days, and the shrimp wouldn't stop growing. They wouldn't stop breeding, nothing. But then when I became a breeder, things changed, and it's like, you know, I just can't call 1-800 hotline. How do I breed? You know, how can I make my shrimp do this? Because nobody's going to tell you. You know, people will give you some ideas, but, you know, so it's a trial by error, you know, just that I don't lose money doing it. You know, I could do this and go, well, okay, you know, it's been 30 days. I don't see any babies. Let me do something else, or let me add something to the tanker. If I go, holy crap, I see a lot of offspring, then I know that the stone worked. So I think it's going to work. It's better now if you now a piece of lava rock, you know, it's got, I don't have a piece out to show you, but you know, it's got tons of holes compared to a stone. You know, you got a lot of surface area right here that's going to grow on, but you don't have all the nooks and crannies where it can grow thick, you know, I just think that lava rock is better than a flat surface, but big flat surface is better than sand. So I think that. I think that's my arch nemesis ever since day one is a sanded tank with nothing, with not a lot of plants. Uh, because I did not think that the sand with the granules being so small was so detrimental to shrimplets because really gave them no place to eat. Neil Mitchell, welcome. Happy Father's Day. I don't have moss in my tanks. I use this Wasatang. Yeah, I have some Wasatang almost every single tank. I have so much in some tanks that's what I'm doing is I'm getting rid of all the moss out of my Caridina tanks and putting the Wasatang in it. It's just the tanks are getting so full because I want it in every Caridina tank. And I want moss in every Neo tank because I tried this Wasatang in the Neo tanks and it turns hard and brittle. So if you literally go like this and it'll bust up like candy glass, and it's all over your fingers. But out of a Caridina tank, it's soft and kind of rubbery. It's very healthy. So yeah, the Sawasatan is I like it so much that that I put it in every tank. Now, like in this Orange Aurora Blue Tiger, they have babies constantly, and it's got the Sawasatan. But yeah, I'm gradually getting rid of all the Christmas moss and all the mosses and all that. But like this Red King Kong has I don't know what kind of moss that is. It's got a moss in it, and they continuously have babies. Little boost is way in the back there. It must have got twisted up when I was putting this lava rock in there. Yeah. There you go. Where the water flow is just so powerful, it blew it back there. But so it's just another thing that I'm trying to bring more info to everybody, let them know, if the lava rock actually does help more than regular stones, if it helps more than just like hiding places, because that's another thing that plants help with. They provide hiding places on the bottom side of the leaves and all sorts of stuff like that. When in tanks like mine, they have nothing, So, I mean, I have mosses and stuff, which they hide in, but it just doesn't seem the same. So we're trying all this, and we'll try to bring you as much info as we can. But what is it? An hour and 33 minutes. So I think we're going to bring this stream to an end. I had extreme fun on this great Father's Day. And I'm so happy and thankful that all of you came and spent it with us here at Detroit Shrimp. So please, if you have not hit the subscribe button, please do so. Please leave any comments. If you have any additional information to leave on the subjects that we talked about today, or if you just want to leave a comment about anything or something you'd like to see me test or do or anything like that, or have any questions about the new filter tanks, anything like that, please do so. But from us here at Detroit Shrimp and Aquatics, we want to say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And I want to say thank you to my moderators for hanging out with me and helping me out with today's stream. I really appreciate it. Like I say, I wouldn't be able to do it without you. And to all my subscribers, I wouldn't have a channel without you guys and gals. So we appreciate every single one of you. So again, on this beautiful Sunday, 84 degrees here in Detroit, I want to say happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Just make sure you give them kids every bit of your time and be proud of them every day. But okay, until next time, thank you so much. And from Detroit, signing off. Stay safe and be cool and be careful. All right, till next time. See ya. Hope to see you around tonight on another stream. Later.